Hello everyone, thanks for joining me for another video. Today we're going to do the fall layout. And so I'm going to try to put the summer layout with this video. So let's go ahead and get started. The first thing that I did was I took my let's set some of this stuff aside here. These are the pattern papers that we're going to be using. This is Heidi Grace and also a Hobby Lobby type of paper. And basically what I did was I went and found things that I felt like were in the fall colors. Okay, and then the inks I'm going to be using is Crushed Olive, Vintage Photo, and this orange from Studio G. And let's see what else we got here. And then for my background I'm going to be using craft paper. Okay, so the first thing that I did was I took my stamp set from Close to My Heart, You and Me, and I stamped the stitch border on my craft paper. Okay, it's not straight or anything. I didn't want it to be too straight or anything. Okay, and then the next thing I did was I took my ink and I inked the edges in the same fall type of colors, brown, the crush, and the orange, to give it that fall look. I hope you guys can see that on the camera. And so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my next piece of pattern paper, and it is an 8x8, and we're just going to adhere this to the background, to the craft paper, and I want it to go somewhat in the middle here, okay, but a little bit to the corner. I'll slide up so you can see that. Okay, and then the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my, this is a 4x12 piece of cardstock. I'm just gonna take, pattern paper. I'm just gonna take it and I'm thinking I'm cutting off maybe an inch. It might not even be an inch, and then I just want to layer it on top of that other pattern paper. Okay, and I want it to go right here, and then I'm going to take this is a 4x8 piece of pattern paper. It's the same pattern paper, I've just cut it down, and I'm going to layer it on top of this page, on top of that pattern paper right here, and I put it at like a diagonal as well. Now the next thing I did was I took a piece of cardstock and I cut this from the Creator Critter cartridge. It has a stamp feature on there, so this looks like a little stamp, so I cut that out. And so let's go ahead and put this on top of this layer here, and I'm gonna put it sort of up here. Okay, and then now I have a tree that I cut from the Cindy Lou. And basically this layout, what I did was I kept things that reminded me of fall. You know how the trees barely have leaves, the colors of fall. The paper was called Harvest, so I felt like that would, you know, harvest, pumpkins, you know, those type of things remind me of fall. Okay, and then we're just gonna glue this onto the page right here on top of our yellow stamp feature. And now what I did with my title is I cut it out of the Cindy Lou cartridge, and I have put it into the Texture Boutique using a line type of texture folder to give it this to give it some dimension, okay, and to give it some lines and, you know, something different on the lettering versus flat lettering, okay. And I'm not too particular about how I want it to lay. I kind of want it to be a little messy because my lines here are messy. So the next thing I want to add is a piece of ribbon, and I have here this brown piece, and then I have this little piece of polka dotted yellow, and I'm thinking I want to use this one, and I'm just gonna tuck it behind that other piece of cardstock. Okay, so let's go ahead and adhere that to the page, and then we'll adhere our letters to the page. And first I have to get the glue to come out. It doesn't want to come out. I hate when you get down to the end of it and it's just like sluggishly coming out, you know. So now that I have the glue on there, I'm just going to take it here and tuck it under there and just rub that across there. Now let's get our letters down. And this is pretty much going to be it for the fall layout. I really enjoy the colors on here. That vintage and that crushed olive really turned out really great on this craft cardstock. And then the lines in the cardstock really gave it some type of dimension, and it makes the title pop off the page to me. So we're almost done. Alright, so that's going to be our layout for today. I really hope you guys enjoyed it, and just stay tuned. We're going to get our summer layout done and out of the way. Thank you guys.